Hello everyone, this is a pre-recorded monitor-based training for PMR originators. One thing I should say before we get started is that monitor-based is not something that every originator gets to use. PMR actually had to jump through some compliance hoops, as everyone does with a system that deals with credit data like we do, so we do want to thank PMR for getting us set up. So we're going to keep this brief and simple like our system is. MonitorBase is a credit monitoring system, and the way it works is anybody that you guys have a name and an address for, you can upload into our system, and then we can let you know when they do something that you should know about. So there are actually 4 different things that we can alert you on. One, if they apply for a mortgage, which is the largest indication that you should reach out to someone that we have. Hypothetically, you have people in the system that you care about when they apply for a mortgage, and now you can reach out when they do so. Number 2 is credit migration. When somebody's credit used to be bad but it improves, we can let you know. 3, when they list their home for sale or for rent. And 4, when they show behavior that indicates that they're going to be entering the market soon. So that's what we do. You give us your prospects, we spit back out to you alerts. So the way the system works is you pay $99 per month and you get up to 50 of these alerts. So if you have, say, 500 prospects, we expect that about 8 to 10 of them are going to be applying for a mortgage each month. Unfortunately, a scary number that we also know about is 4 out of 5 people applying for a mortgage apply with a different originator than they got their last one from. So what we're doing here is we're letting you know when those 8 to 10 people are applying for a mortgage each month and letting you know. It's costing you $99. You get up to 50 of these alerts, so you can put in as many prospects as you would like. We charge you when you actually receive the alert on the prospect. If you go past 50 alerts, then we just charge you $2 per alert. So if you kind of consider it like a lead, you're going to be receiving an indication that somebody is applying for a mortgage for $2. And if you can capture that person's business at a rate of $2 per lead, then it's going to be a fantastic deal. And that's sort of the idea with MonitorBase. We're generating leads for you, starting at your own past clients, the easiest, lowest hanging fruit for $2 per lead. And then you guys can actually get creative. People ask me, how many people can I monitor? You can monitor as many people as you would like. Anybody you have a name and an address for can go into the system. So you can upload a phone book if you wanted to. You can know when anybody in your state is applying for a mortgage. I don't necessarily recommend you do that because we're going to be charging you $2 every time someone does this, but it's something to consider. The people you should be putting in the system is really anybody you have a connection with. You know, for example, if your cousin applies for a mortgage, maybe you haven't worked with that person, but wouldn't you pay $2 to know that they're entering the market and you can reach out and offer your own assistance? That being said, anybody you funded a loan, obviously. Anybody you've taken a loan application on, you may want to throw into the system. Anybody who you've spoken to but haven't taken a loan application on, you may want to put into the system because they know who you are, and when they apply for a mortgage, they're likely to be open to you at least giving them a second opinion or, you know, helping them through the process in any way. So one of the things that the power users of MonitorBase are doing is they're reaching out to their realtors and getting those prospects into the system. So I get a realtor calling me every week asking me to sign him up. I have to say, I'm sorry, realtors do not have the same access to credit monitoring that originators have. I can't sign them up. But if they know an originator who uses MonitorBase, they can take all of their prospects, give it over to that originator. The originator can upload the prospects and receive alerts on those guys, reach out to them on the realtor's behalf, and ask them if it's okay if they let the realtor know they're entering the market. So the originator cannot share credit data. They can't tell the realtor, hey, so-and-so applied, so-and-so applied, so-and-so applied for a mortgage. But they can reach out on their behalf, say, hey, I'm great friends with this realtor, or I'm a preferred lender of this realtor. My system had you come up as someone who may be in the market soon. I wanted to reach out on the realtor's behalf. And then you can ask, do you mind if I let the realtor know that you're entering the market as well and have him reach out to you? And so that's fantastic because the name of the game here is sort of getting prospects into the system. People that you have a connection with, you'll pay $2 to know that they're applying for a mortgage. And what this is doing is sort of extending this value, sort of stealing a realtor's database and letting you capitalize off of it. What you're doing here is you're sewing yourself at the hip with this realtor's prospects. When they have their loyal customers re-entering the market again, you're going to be the first one there. And the realtor loves it because you're offering a free service that realtors are absolutely clamoring for. So that's what MonitorBase does. If it sounds super simple, like I'm talking about how to use it as opposed to what it does, it's because it's really simple. You put your prospects into the system, we give you alerts back. So I'm going to go over 3 frequently asked questions before we close. 1, can I control the number of alerts I receive? The answer is yes. So we talked about if you have 500 prospects, you're going to receive between 8 to 10 alerts. That doesn't vary very much. And so the way that you control the amount of alerts you receive is the amount of prospects you put into the system. If you have 1,000 prospects, about 18 to 20 of them are going to be applying for a mortgage, and so on. Now, if you do end up finding yourself just receiving way more alerts than you expected, which practically never happens, but if you do, we also have a little button you can click. It says turn off alerts, and it makes sure you no longer receive alerts of that type. Also, one thing to note, when you upload a list of prospects, in fact, that's our next frequently asked question. If I do get a realtor's database, is there a way for me to tell who the prospect belongs to when I receive an alert? The answer is yes. Whenever you upload a list, we ask you to label that list. So one list will be labeled my past funded clients, one list will be realtor number 1, realtor number 2, credit denials. You get to pick and choose, and when you receive an alert, you're going to see who that belongs to, so you're going to know what database this came from. Now, also when you upload a list, we're going to ask you what alerts you care about. You don't care about people improving their credit from that list? That's fine. Just leave the box unchecked. You're not going to receive alerts for that. You don't care about people listing their home for sale or for rent? That's fine. You care about it all. You think all of this information is useful, and our math shows that it is from a cost per acquisition perspective. Have them all checked. Totally up to you. You guys get to pick and choose. You can go back, deactivate monitoring, reactivate monitoring. So the last frequently asked question, what value are these alerts to a realtor? Which is a fair question. They're applying for a mortgage. What does a realtor want to know about this? So it's actually a 50-50 rule. When somebody applies for a mortgage, 50% of the time they've already listed their home for sale or for rent, but that means the next 50% of the time they have not listed their home for sale or for rent. So that means you're going to be receiving a lot of alerts, and half of them are going to be listing opportunities for that realtor. And if you guys understand realtors' commission structure, that's a huge dollar. Those are dollar signs in their eyes. They want this stuff really badly. So it's a conversation. Go speak to your realtor. Get 1,000 of their prospects in the system. Get 1,000 of your own prospects in the system, and get 500 prospects from people in your neighborhood in the system. And you're going to be receiving a lot of leads on people that you have a good reason to reach out to and a good chance of getting their business at $2 per lead. So I want to recap. The way the system works is you spend $99 per month. That gives you up to 50 alerts. And then once you surpass 50 alerts, if you actually receive that many alerts in a month, which would require a lot of prospects, maybe like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, then when you pass that, we're going to charge you $2 per alert, meaning you get 51 alerts, we're going to charge you $102 as opposed to $100 each month. So that's the way the system works. We're going to include this video with some extra details, essentially everything you're going to need to hit the ground running. We're going to tell you how to get your prospects into the system. It takes about 5 minutes. You can upload thousands in one spreadsheet. But if you do have any questions, I'm going to include in the description my contact information. If you signed our sign-up sheet at Success 2019, then you already have a MonitorBase account created for you. If you have not, but you do want to sign up, I'm going to include a sign-up link in the description as well. So with that being said, you sign up, we're going to get you everything you need. Everybody should at least try this system out for a couple of months. See how many of their prospects are cheating on them. It costs $99 per month. You're going to find out who exactly is applying for a mortgage that you didn't know. None of us have the type of, or I shouldn't say none of us, most of us do not have the type of customer loyalty that we thought that we did. And that's why we see 4 out of 5 people applying for a mortgage doing it with a different originator than their last one. So with that being said, I'm going to conclude this video. Thank you all for watching.